One word. The meaning of life. Joya. Oh. Previously on Kimba TV. You know, it's level to level for me. So there's no bearish reaction at this level. There is a bullish reaction at the box. So, you know, we're going to be looking for this to get clean. You know, maybe this, maybe that. So level to level. So if I were going to be looking for a short now, probably like a clean of 97.5 or 98.4 maybe. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kachoya! Let's go! Easy, 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 easy. Let's go! Kachoya! Pixel, Pixel Bugatti, because the math is the math. Come out! Pixel Bugatti, pink me, pink me, pink me, pink me. Yes, yes, yes. Too easy, too easy, too easy. Papinkers, papinkers. Let's go. Come on. Shimon, Shimon Lee, Shimon Lee. Let's go. Papinkers. It's too easy. Lions, it's too easy. Kajoy, kajoy, kajoy. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me, chat. Don't be mad at me, chat. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me, chat. Kachuya. Hero. Do you believe, Hero? 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 Kachuya. Yeah, but at this point, man, I'm juicing like a motherfucker. You should be juicing like a motherfucker. Exclamation prepared. All right? We'll get caught up in a little bit to kind of assess how phase 2 went. It's phase 2 right now. All right? And EB801, did you at least watch the previous CPIs? Like, you see where it says December PPI, December 11th CPI. Did you watch December CPI? Did you watch January? Did you watch November? Did you watch October? Yeah, so I don't know, you know, just execute your plan for today. All right? We had perfect bounce from settlement. We're going to see, you know, what the 30-minute candle close is on our first level of interest. So, yeah, plenty of time. I'm excited, man. I hope you guys are as well. Today is everybody's opportunity to figure out if they prepared well enough, if they planned. And the most important thing is, do you know what you're doing? All right? So make sure that, did the 100K to 1 mil challenge go down? Make sure you're staring at this so you know who's opening shorts and who's opening longs where. All right? And let's do the damn thing, okay? Let's go! Let's go! Today is pop quiz day, chat. Let's juice! Am Juicin, hey, stop the music. Am Juicin is asking, Kimba, are you entertaining any scalps? I'm doing exactly what we prepared the last 2 days. I'm doing exactly what we prepared the last 2 days. Yup. The reason why I'm answering it like that is because I talked about entries, I talked about stop loss, I talked about ATR, I talked about invalidation, I talked about 30-minute candle closes, I talked about S&P confluence. So to be honest, like, I don't want to mess you up. You know, if you're bullish and you want a long, or if you're bearish and you want a short, do you. Because if you start to ask other people what they're doing and you start to contaminate your own thought process, you won't really be able to improve. You know, you'll probably do the same stupid shit next month that you did this month. All right. So the most important thing isn't really to try and profit. Okay. Obviously, we're here to make money, but in the grand scheme of things, if you really want to have success, you've got to know what you're doing. So instead of hyper focusing on trying to make money one CPI day, you want to focus on being able to juice every CPI day. You know, so the levels are pretty well identified. It's not like I've added any levels in the last 2 weeks. So every single level that you see has been on my chart for the last 2 weeks. So it's just level to level. 30-minute candle closes. Is there divergences and edge and S&P confluence? Okay. On a day like today, am juicing, right? Today is CPI, right? What's the most important confluence? What's the thing that I'm going to be looking at today to see what the sentiment is? It's S&P, right? So, combine that with how funny would it be if this actually ends up being a baby failed auction of the Gex flip, right? I mean, how funny would it be if it fails below point of control, right? And what's the biggest level that we're going to be looking at? 98.4. We already talked about, could this be the third drive, timing? You don't want to grab all the single prints. If you're bullish, you're going to see what the reaction is here or here, and you're going to look for some sort of bullish retest, right? I bet that's golden pocket from settlement to the high. Look at that. I don't even need to see shit like this. I already know what it is. So if you're bullish, if you're bearish, you've got levels, man. And you should be thinking to yourself, I want to see this, this, this. And if I see it, I'm going to take it. There's no right or wrong. You could be bullish and bearish. I mean, I shaved most of my CME long from settlement. That wasn't that difficult. It wasn't a full fill. A bunch of us, we wanted that value area low. So like this, but we knew that settlement could be a bounce level. So, basically, looking for longs, and then we're going to start to see if any of these levels are worthy. If any of these levels are worthy of shorts. All right. And you want structural edge. You want open interest edge. You want to read data. You don't want to be the first guy down the zombie infested hallway. You want to make sure that you can, see what the fuck going on. All right. So enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. Embrace the opportunity to, figure out what you're doing well, what you're not doing so well. And everybody's going to juice today. Even if it's not like economic juice, getting better. Eddie says, Kimba, this week is so much juice, knowledge-wise, and a little bit of money too. Thanks for this. My pleasure, Eddie. Shout outs to you, Eddie. Let's get it. Ka-ching. All right, let's go. Lock in, ladies and gentlemen. 13 minutes until U.S. market open. Are we going to get that thing? Are we going to get that thing, chat? Are we going to get that thing? Hey, play that music. You guys know where the VWAP is? Woo! Kachoya! Kachoya! Let's go! Let's get it! Kachoya! This is the perfect ETH view for today, so I'm going to keep it like this. Where's my RTH? Okay, this is my RTH. So let me go like this. Thick Nick says approaching that 0.5 for sure. But more importantly though, what do you think about the Boo Gammas, brother? Yeah, but we'll take it level by level. Also, I don't know if some of you guys are noticing this, but I drew this line, I think for Coke Zero earlier. I don't know if some of you guys remember seeing that. So lots of stuff going on. Shouldn't really be surprising. We'll see what happens, yes? Level by level, y'all. But that 0.25 is good. So, you know, you would think that it should rotate to 1.25 now. So yeah, it's got to get above the 0.5. So we'll see, you know, it's got to get above that trend line. Got to get back into the trend. You can't just get rejected. Obviously you can't change structure. Let's go. Yeah, but if we do get to that 1.25 though, it's going to be interesting because you're going to have a little bit of mathematical edge on, like, it could like, I don't want to say mean reversion, but it could be like a local top, that 1.25 if it pixels it. Obviously, I would never advocate like putting blind limits, but it'll be interesting, like 59.55 or maybe 59. What was the other one? 75? 59. 65. So 59.50, 59.60, 59.65. It'll be interesting, like if this coincides with 1.25 extension with a swing fail right here. Fred says set tighter trailing stops. I like that. I like that. Hitman Gucci says I bereave. Yes. Do you bereave? I hope you guys are enjoying this shit. I can tell a bunch of you guys are, regardless if you're making money or not, right? And is this witchcraft? Is this some random bullshit that I'm just pulling out of my ass and maybe some days I get lucky and I'm right and some days I get unlucky and I'm wrong? Or is this a very consistent mathematical thing that after you see it yourself, you can kind of start to rely on? What are you guys genuinely thinking?
Latuche, motherfucker, the math.
Like, do you guys genuinely, in your hearts of hearts, believe that you have a fighting chance in this? I really hope you guys do. You know, and I don't expect everybody to feel 100% confident that you've got a fighting chance. Of course not. This shit takes time, but you know, at least I would hope that you guys are enjoying the fact that there are things that you can learn and pick up on and juice on your own. You know, isn't the best feeling when you actually do all the shit that we preach, plan, prepare, be patient, right? Not get emotional, and, you know, maybe luckily all the stars line and everything lines up perfectly and you get filled at pixel perfect bottom or top, right? And maybe, just maybe, you don't get stopped out or round tripped, you know? And when you have those moments, I promise you, you're not really going to be thinking about the money or the profit of the trade. You're going to be thinking to yourself, dude, I can fucking do this. And you're going to be thinking about all the other juice coming up. So math is math, ladies and gentlemen. Even with CPI, it don't change. Juice! 60. I am going to shift over from, you know, chicken noodle soup of the soul vibes to now, you know, fully special, just yelling, who'd you shoot? For the next 30, 40 minutes. Are we okay with that? Okay, so the thing with settlement is it's great for days. I mean, it's great every day, but it's especially great for days when traditional markets have more of the money. I hope that makes sense, because if you really think about it, the settlement is just the RTH like previous day close, basically, right? So, yeah, like the previous day being like a Fed day, for example. So the day before, the day of, and the day after a big Fed day is always the best time to really try to take a settlement. Obviously, you want value area high, value area low positioned in a certain way that helps you with a bullish or a bearish narrative, right? Sparky says, yo, Kimba, I'm thinking of a similar short you talked about the couple days back. Blast through golden pocket to the downside, 886, golden pocket bearish retest. Value area low was also the same level 618, make a lower low and go. Yeah, sure. Yeah, but so that is how you enter, Sparky. That does not articulate the edge or the reason you are doing that said execution. So you still need to be able to tell me, are there bear divs on CVD or RSI? If so, what time frame? What about S&P? All right. You know, are there any hidden bull divs that you need to be like aware of, or maybe you want that to break first? Lots of stuff to kind of think about, okay? But what you spoke on, Sparky, is the actual logistical way in which you would enter. But that is not the same as being able to argue what edge you have based off of the data. Kind of a bummer, bro, but you do know that in about 15 seconds, it's Macaulay Culkin hour. Which means that S&P is going to be paused, NASDAQ is going to be paused, CME is going to be paused in 3, 2, 1. All right, it's Macaulay Culkin. So look, S&P is paused, NASDAQ futures is paused, CME Bitcoin is paused, okay? You can throw all that math shit out the window, Sparky, because it's low volume. Okay? I hope that made sense. I like everything that you said, but that doesn't excuse you from like not saying, hey, this is the data that says I should short. So, but do whatever you think is right, brother, and I'm rooting for you. At least you know what the 30-minute structure change looks like, so you know where your invalidation is, if that makes sense. So yeah, but what we just talked about right there is you are front running. Okay, conceptually speaking, you are front running the failed auction confirmation, because the failed auction looks like this. It loses it, and then when it loses that, that's when this gets confirmed. So what you're doing is, instead of taking this, you're taking this and for like a better risk reward. Sounds good, but there's very specific things that need to happen. Like, you can't be bouncing off of golden pocket. Rather, you need to nuke through. Alrighty. The reason why initially you would have preferred a like a nuke through is, now what you have to be careful is if it makes a lower low or a higher low, you have to be cognizant and aware of any bull divs that might show up. So it's a lot easier if it just had nuked on the first try. But keep an eye on it, see it for yourself. Let's juice. You ready? But it's Macaulay though. So, and the other thing that I would maybe suggest is waiting to see where the CME gap opens, and maybe thinking about using that as confluence as well. How long does Macaulay last? It's an hour. Remember, you guys have the HD Exo Quad. All right, so in 50 minutes, you're gonna have daily candle close. All right, show some love to Husty for that update. Real Crisis says pretty good design on the giveaway stream. Hey, 3 years ago, it used to be like the most chaotic way. People would have to DM me on Discord their UID. And we didn't, want it to take forever. So some people would win, but, they would have to wait for my friend request to come in. Or actually, the original iteration of the giveaway was you would tell me your entry, stop loss, take profit, all that stuff. And then I would do the trade on my account. And then whatever profit that you were able to make, I sent it to you. That was the first iteration. I don't know how many people still remember that, but that was the first iteration. I would do it on my account. And then it was a shit show because, if it was like 4 o'clock in the morning and you wanted to close the trade, you had to reach me on Discord. So some people would just get round tripped, because it was on my account. So then I was like, well, fuck it. Let me go. Just give me your USDT address and I'll send you money, And then we figured out people were just using it to buy stuff from the dark web. And the whole point is I want you to take a trade on me so that you can get a little bit better, desensitize yourself, whatever. And then we used to play games like marbles and all these different racing games. And then that's when you had to DM me your UID in the Discord. And so now we have evolved all the way to the dashboard. Shout out Swabeezy. And then you guys put your UID in the dashboard and then it automatically just processes it. So it's pretty cool, right? Yeah, exclamation giveaway, exclamation weeks. We'll do a whole bunch more. Amazing questions. You guys were already asking me about how to play the failed auction. There's a couple of levels, whether you're looking for a long or you're looking for a short. Lots of different areas that could have invalidations and confirmations. You got this, you got VWAP, you got single prints, and you've got the 2 levels of interest. And then obviously, the longer that you stay above this yellow line, we will be looking for that 102.762 level next. But, single prints and then 3 drives. All right. You guys can all see where the shorts are opening, where they're trapped, where they're not. Longs opening, where they're trapped, where they're not. So no more excuses, ladies and gentlemen. You guys should be able to get into some pretty good setups. And then as long as you can put stop loss break even, should be all right. So M. Rosix says, can you check XRP what happened? Yeah, but what I also want you to do is whenever you show up late to the stream, just rewind and get caught up, okay? The most important thing about XRP is that you need to be looking at XRP on older exchanges. Okay, so like Bitstamp, for example. You want to look at exchanges that have been a while because if you look at newer exchanges, you're going to be missing this price action. Okay, and especially if you are new to crypto, you're going to forget that there were a lot of people that bought here, even institutions. Okay, so there are people that are finally in profit or just about break even in the last 8 years. Fuck! Isn't that crazy? So like right off the bat, you would think a swing fail, right? Maybe like a 3 drives where hella people that have been underwater for 7 years, they might want to de-risk and sell a little bit. Okay, so I would be paying attention to open interest, but most importantly, spot CVD on XRP. Okay, and if I just said institutions were also trapped, then you might be looking at Coinbase. I don't know. All right. So that's the first thing. So a swing fail obviously would make sense, but I would be thinking like $5, $6, $7 on XRP over the bull run. So, I would think 480 to 500 for Sol, 7,000 to 10,000 for ETH, 120 to 170,000 for BIDI type of shit. Okay. So the most important thing is to just understand the narrative of what happened here. Okay, but lots of people trapped here. And so it'll be interesting to see what the reaction is when it makes a new high, right? Sounds good, Mr. Rosix. Fred, I'll see you tomorrow. Freezy, I'll see you tomorrow. Jupy, I'll see you tomorrow. Lions, I will see you guys tomorrow. I love y'all, man. I had a good time. I had a great time. I had a fucking amazing time. I hope you guys did too. I'm exhausted. But that's how it's got to be, right? Let's get nasty with it, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody good on the single prints, levels, naked point of controls? So if you want to screenshot this really quickly, these are derivative levels, okay? These are CME ETH levels. And when it comes to RTH, the most important thing is the gap, okay? All right, and my Juicy Juice Productions. I love you guys. Fred, let's get it. We have a new songs for the outro, right? All right, y'all. Hey, Lions, you know what it is. Longers, I'm rooting for you. Shorters, I'm rooting for you. Bulls, Bears, we're all Lions. Let's get after it again tomorrow. Let's do it. I'm excited, motherfuckers. Crazy. Tomorrow is Thursday, so you know I'm going to be a little bit on the sleep-deprived side. But, hey, let's get after it. All right? Hey, don't do anything crazy without me. Wait for me, all right? Hey, Young Soon, he reaving. Sato, tell them what happens if they don't use stop loss.